Don in London, hello. It's 14th of February 2010, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And my video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol, my behaviour. Could be addicted to anything. Work, relationships, collecting, looking right, trying to accumulate the vast amount of wealth I don't have anymore. And I'm quite pleased about that, actually, because in my journey into alcoholism, alcoholic is my substance of addiction, and my behaviour, which was always trying to be perfect, I lost the plot. I kept on collecting and collecting, and what I collected most of was anger, resentment about me and my life, and never doing what I wanted to do. But if you asked me what I wanted to do, I didn't have a clue. And even today, I don't have much of a clue what I want to do with my life, as if it's up to me. Life keeps on happening, and the journey of happy destiny, or trudging the road of happy destiny as it's called, means that there are big potholes and small potholes and no potholes, and sometimes it's smooth running and sometimes it's as bumpy as can be. So on Valentine's Day, was I expecting anything in the post? No. Did I have any expectations of anything in the post? Well, I guess I did, to an extent, because it would have been nice. At the same time, seeing as I haven't sent any Valentines to anybody else, because I'm not involved, why should I expect any back? You know, it's expectations always which can cause us a great deal of grief. And I guess I always had great expectations of me, a bit like Charles Dickens' novel, Great Expectations, and never really sure whether I was going to meet them. So I just kept on going and going and going at life. So to extremes in all departments, extremes of feeling and behaviour, fuelled by drink, because without drink I didn't know how to behave or feel particularly, I guess. I was at sea, and then at sea on an ocean of alcohol. So these days it's nice just to be me in this present moment, with all my defects of character, as sometimes they're called, and all my assets or shortcomings, which are not necessarily always in place. So the greatest defects I can, I suppose, evoke based on my life experience are fear, putting on a brave face, and ego. And my shortcomings on a daily basis, probably not having enough courage, faith, and confidence in it's okay to be me. But you know, the balance is somewhere in the middle. So we need a bit of fear, a bit of brave facing and ego when life is tough and hard and we're facing some difficulty. I don't want to call it faking it to make it, because that doesn't necessarily help. We need to tell the truth of how we are. So when I'm feeling fearful, or the need to put a brave face on, or I'm having trouble telling the truth, I need the courage, faith and confidence to express it somewhere. And where do I go to express it? Well, simply to a fellowship, which suggests sober comes first, and then the rest of life can happen. So the good news is my fellowship, Alcoholics Anonymous, will not change me into some dogmatic alien who comes along and tries to convert you into any particular way of looking at the world, nor does the fellowship. It's there so we can find our unique, authentic place in where we are now. And we are not special and different. Every human being is unique and authentic on a particular place in their life experience, and that place is now. So we all commune in the now. We're all together in the now, and in the fellowship of AA we can be one day sober or 40 or 50 years sober, but we're in the same place now. So we always bring our experience, strength and hope together on a daily basis, or wherever we happen to be at meetings, and I try and share a little bit of what is going on for me. And for me today, well, I've got a neighbour with a dog called Wobble, and Wobble the dog has a bark which is piercing and deep and can penetrate walls and buildings, and can be heard a quarter mile away, I suspect. And Wobble got stuck in the bedroom last night, and its owner was stuck in the living room having taken some pain medication because they have chronic pain problems. Nothing wrong in that, but as a consequence the dog was barking at its greatest pitch and volume for hours, and a very unhappy policeman came along this morning and kicked down the door to check that the occupants were alive and well, and they were just asleep, way out somewhere in the world of Nod. So I had a card in this morning which said, "I'm terribly sorry about the noise," and it wasn't me who complained, and I think they thought I had. But I put the matter straight. I said, it's no problem to me. Live and let live is my policy when it comes to things like people, places, things and dogs. I'm powerless over them, but the consequences are that other people will get upset, and the consequences beyond that, well, they're not for me to judge, worry or be concerned about, other than to say to a person, you are upsetting people, and there are consequences. Same as when in the old days I used to drink, I had consequences of my behaviour and actions. So these days I like being sober, and expectations today on Valentine's Day have been absolutely perfect. Nil. And that's good. And the reason why I do emphasise that is because in the old days I would do everything from going to the lingerie department to the special chocolatier to the perfumery, and make sure that the girl in my life got everything I could possibly think of to make Valentine's wonderful. And of course I'd do that again, wouldn't I? Yes, I would. Under the right circumstances, of course. So I know where I am. I'm happy being me. And, I feel giddy, and I was a bit giddy yesterday talking about it, because life has been good. Anyway, last night's meeting was quite serious. All about other conditions which are complementary to alcoholism, like depression, and for some people bipolar depression. And one of the most important things we realise if we're right in fellowship is we come to fellowship for our emotional, spiritual, normal recovery, and if we have any other medical or mental health issues, we go to professionals to resolve those issues so that we remain on the same playing field as anybody else experiencing recovery. So I have clinical depression, I have type 1 diabetes, and I get professional help for those, so that when I get through the doors of AA, I'm in a fit state to be enriched by the program, so I can be a normal person, living life just for today. Anyway, what does AA do? Well, I'll share the preamble and a bit about the literature. I don't have much time. So AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and to help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So by keeping ourselves sober and sharing a message, we help others. And that's so integral to the program. And in this book for today, Daily Reflections, he talks about expectations versus demands. It says, burn the idea into the consciousness of every man that he can get well regardless of anyone. The only condition is that he trust in God and clean house. So, as I understand God, God is truth, God is love, and God works through people. So if I get to the truth, which is often something which eludes me, God is love, which is integral to living. The supraordinate emotion that we have is love, and all the other ones fall out of it. And then God works through others. So if I can listen to the wisdom of others, understand love a little bit on a daily basis, and get to the truth of what is rather than my version, I'm on the right track. And I'm short on time, so I'm not going to even try and go any further with that reading. But it's in this one, and it's all about being restored to sanity in February. So daily is Restoration Day for me. And I was talking to my sister about last night and life in general. And she said, for normal people it's just as tough. And I said, you're right, because normal people go to AA. And that's the truth. We're just normal. We have a malady which is an allergy, and if we don't deal with it, it will kill us, same as anybody else. So that serenity prayer to good conscience, or God, as you choose. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, for me, is always just for today.